Hey guys, what's going on? Recently I posted a live stream setup video. I showed you all the gear I used, the Blackmagic board, how to connect it all, make it all work. But one thing we didn't talk about was how to use OBS with Facebook, how to get it up and running, all the ins and outs of what you need to know to make your live stream production look good. So I wanted to go ahead and show you guys exactly how to do it. So let's get into it. Okay, I want to show you the program I'm using for this live stream setup, and it's called OBS Studio. Here you can see the website. It is a very, very intuitive program. Lots of tools, very, very powerful, and it's free. I mean, it's just an incredible tool if you're doing live streaming. So definitely check out OBS. All right, so let me go ahead and just show you what it looks like in OBS. You can see that I've created all these different assets right in here for the live stream. Basically, we have our intro, outro. These are all video clips I created within Final Cut and imported in here. B-roll moments, so if they talk about a certain thing, I will have already compiled some B-roll clips into one video clip, imported that into OBS. So here I'm gonna go ahead and turn on our angles. So here we have both angles. I'll obviously have a third angle once I get this camera up and going. It's now nighttime, so that's why it looks a little dark around the edges. It is dark in here now. It's almost midnight, which is why I probably look a little bit tired. I had to step away for a little bit, so I've not been setting up the whole day, but it's very time consuming to set this up. But I want you guys to see how this all works. So here is the connecting points between our cameras and OBS. You basically go in here and you add anything you want, your image, your media source, name it, and you can organize it in here. Now I've got these lower thirds that I've created that will stay at the bottom of the screen. And again, you can always turn those off. Begin the intro starts playing where the fundraiser is for a pavilion for a playground. So that's why all the footage is of that. Here you have your audio sources. Right now I have the main audio muted, but when the guys are up and ready to start speaking, I will unmute the mic. And now you can see it's bouncing because the lav mics are on. They're sitting over there on the countertop. So basically this is how everything looks within OBS. Now let me show you how to connect it to Facebook. I'll do a test run for you. I'm actually using just my personal page for this test. So once you're on your page, this is my personal fan page, which you should go like, go give it a like and a follow on Facebook if you want, Lucas Wilson. So you're gonna go to live video. Now, because this is a test, we're not actually gonna do an actual post. You can do a test. No one publicly will see it, only you and anyone else you have given administration to your page. Hit go live. And the really, really important factor with streaming is getting the stream key connected to OBS. So here we have our stream key. We'll click this just to make sure it's that. You either have your webcam, which would be just directly from your computer's webcam. But since we're bringing this video feed in from OBS, an outside source, we just make sure stream software is selected. Copy the stream key here, go down to OBS, go to settings, go to your stream, just copy and paste the stream key right there, hit OK. Now it is connected. Now you're not gonna see it streaming here on Facebook until on OBS you hit start streaming. Now this doesn't mean it's going live, but this is pushing the feed to Facebook so that it's ready whenever you are. So we go to Facebook, now we can see it's popped up here on Facebook. Now that is ready for live stream. All right, so it wants us to make sure we add a post. So I'm just gonna say test, and I'm gonna say test. Again, no one publicly can see this, only you can, but everything functions like it would be. So hence it's why it's called a test. All right, now we have everything ready for us to go ahead and begin the actual test. And we will go ahead and hit start test. And it's gonna load. All right. There we go. Now the test is running. The live feed is feeding. But you can see here, we're gonna go ahead and cut angles. Let's go to OBS here. So I'm gonna switch angles. Now you have to remember, it is a little delayed. So we've cut angles there. Now we're gonna go to Facebook and you'll see it's not switched yet. So there's probably like 10 seconds of lag. See, now it went ahead and switched to the other angle. So just remember that when you're running between your angles and you're like, if you get concerned, it will keep up. It's just a little delayed. So we're gonna go ahead and let's test this video intro. All right, now obviously you can't monitor it because it's feeding into your computer out. Personally, the best way I have found to monitor the audio is actually just bringing up the actual feed once it's live, publicly, bringing it up on my phone, and I'll just listen in and make sure everything sounds good. I know it's a little delayed, but it is there. Now, one thing to keep in mind, you can see here you have your audio. Let me just go ahead and start the intro again. Let's see. Okay. All right. You can see your intro audio. Make sure that it is in the green. You don't want that bouncing into the yellow. Keep that right around that minus 25 decibel point. And the other thing is, when you're playing a video on OBS or whatever you're doing, make sure you mute your other audio source. That way, while your video is playing, suddenly someone's talking in the background and that's going live. We don't want that happening. All right, so these are the basic run through points for OBS, connecting it to Facebook. It's really not too terribly complicated. Again, if you need to add more photos and videos, you're just gonna go to the plus and you're gonna add whatever you need. You name it, you select it from your computer, and it just automatically imports it right in. So this is a really, really fantastic way to live stream to Facebook. You could do the same thing with YouTube as the platform, because all you need is a stream key. It works well, it's free. It may not have the smoothness of Wirecast, but I really like it for what I do, and for these types of events, it works very, very well. The other thing I forgot to mention is you can also build scenes. So over here, you would create another scene, and you can create a whole another list of imported media, whatever you need it to be. So that's where you can get really detailed with your live stream output. If you're wanting to cut between totally different packages of content within OBS, you would just go between your scenes. So that's kind of the quick rundown on OBS. Now let's see, okay, we're still streaming. So to go ahead and end this test, you want to make sure that whatever you're doing on OBS is complete. People have finished speaking, your outro video is done. All right, for example, here's the outro video. I'm gonna go ahead and skip through it a little bit. All right, come through here, all the way to the end. We see it fading out. Now we gotta wait for that to happen on Facebook. If you stop the streaming on OBS before it's done on Facebook, it's gonna cut it off too soon. So you need to monitor what it's doing on Facebook. We can see it's now faded to black. Now we can end that stream. Once that's ended on Facebook, we can now go back to OBS and hit stop streaming, and we're good, we're off the air. So it's as simple as that, very, very straightforward. Obviously, you have to just keep track of your layers. That's the most important thing with OBS, is making sure that you know where all your layers are at. Try to organize it so that it makes sense that when you need certain things to go live, that everything just feeds properly and it's not gonna cause any issues. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Again, if you missed the live stream setup video, the link for that is in the description. And if you guys have any more questions on how to use OBS, how to connect it to Facebook, maybe you're having some issues, please let me know down in the comments and I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video.